To me, this is not just a beautiful office plant. To me, this is a highly fascinating plant-soil system. We investigate what happens down here where the roots interface with soil particles and microorganisms when contaminants hit the soil system and under climate change. We investigate what happens to greenhouse gas emissions, what happens to food quality, and also to soil cleaning. We investigate in these pots, but also in big containers like those here. What I really love is that we are bridging 3 different disciplines in our work. We look into plant physiology and responses, we look into soil science, we look into chemistry and also microbiology. And what is fascinating here is that we are able to talk to all these different fields and we give understanding of interdisciplinary research in that sense. We are currently working on how climate change intersects with different contaminants, whether this is metals or organic pollutants in urban settings or agricultural settings. And we look into how climate change makes these metals more mobile and how they are taken up into plants and what this now means for food security and food safety. What we were able to show is that climate change increases the mobility of metals in soils, and that means now crops can take up these metals and they can also accumulate these metals in the edible parts that end up on our plate. What we also showed is that we can use specific organic management practices to mitigate this change in the future and not just today. And what we could also show is that we can potentially use plants to remove these contaminants from the soil so that in the end less ends up in the food that we eat. In the future, we would really like to look into multiple strategies of managing the changes on our planet. And so we are interested in looking into enhanced weathering, for example. That means putting basaltic rocks onto fields, and when it's weathered into carbonates, for example, it then captures CO2. So this could be one of the strategies in which we now reduce greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere. And we are not just looking or interested in looking into this, but we would like to link it with our contaminant research and see how that actually now contributes to managing contaminants proactively in the future.